you got to divide this head pulley up into a couple of zones. The first zone we would call the primary zone. And in the primary zone, you're usually going to eliminate only about 50% of the carryback. And the reason why you're not going to get all the carryback removed at the primary zone is because most of the time, not always, but most of the time, those primary belt cleaners are made of urethane or rubber. And the reason they're made out of urethane or rubber is because they're almost, not always, but almost always in what we call an aggressive angle. So this should look pretty familiar if you've used belt cleaners before. This angle right here is greater than 90 degrees. That causes an aggressive angle to the belt, and steel belt cleaners, metal tipped belt cleaners, can damage the belt or maybe even the splice if they're put at that aggressive angle. So they're almost always made of urethane. And that urethane, the pressure between the urethane blade and the rubber belt is such that it can only eliminate about 50% of that carryback. Now, in the secondary zone, we typically don't use that aggressive angle. We use a non aggressive angle, and that'll get us about another 40% of our carryback eliminated. The reason why we're going to use that non aggressive angle is because those blades are typically made of tungsten carbide, sometimes stainless steel, but some sort of steel. And they're installed if this belt's traveling this way. Those secondary cleaners are installed at a less than 90-degree angle. That less than 90-degree angle, that's non-aggressive. Therefore, in most cases, it's safe to put that tungsten carbide blade against the belt.